And lastly, I would like to remind us women that Women's Day is coming up the third Sunday in May. That's the 17th of May. We haven't had our follow-up meeting since we had our closeout meeting for our last year's Women's Day, but it has not been forgotten. I will definitely be reaching out to some of you individually within the next week, and perhaps on next Sunday, we'll have more information regarding our Women's Day and any other activities that we may have in conjunction with our 2020 Women's Day. Of course, no one stood on behalf of our anniversary gala on this morning. Our anniversary gala is Friday, May 15th. We're celebrating 90 years of the Southeast Tabernacle Baptist Church in grand style.
Jesus. Thank you.
At Marcus Crosswinds in Greenbelt, Maryland. So for those of us that have not purchased our tickets, they are still available, of course, ongoing. And Deaconess Gloria McCullough and Trustee Keith McCullough are the persons that you should see for tickets. And I was not able to come up and do my challenge to the families. I hope you're working on your family members, those of us who are in this challenge, to get our families to come out and celebrate the gala for our 90th anniversary. Some of us, as we've said, have family members that are not members of the church, but were perhaps children and grew up in this church. They have a connection to this church, and we have had many christenings, baptismals, weddings, and funerals for members of our families that are not members of this church. We are connected. We would like to take this time on this day to celebrate all the many years and the very many services that have been rendered to us as families here at the Southeast Tabernacle Baptist Church. My challenge is to get the Lawson family to at least have one table. And my challenge is that other families will do the same. We still have time. There is some calling it a layaway payment plan. Well, installation payment plan. Whichever way you want to call it, however you see it. I'm still up for the challenge, and I'm challenging each and every one of you to do the same. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you.
Praise the Lord.
Appreciate you.
Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. You as well.
If you're glad to be alive, say thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. If you know the Lord woke us up today and you're glad, just give God praise.
Amen.
Worthy to be praised.
Yes, he is.
Amen.
Yes, he is.
Know that a lot has been said, amen, but I wanted to stand up. The first thing I wanted to say is, for the members of Southeast Tabernacle, who is the most important person after the Lord in the building today? Huh?
The children. Yeah.
After the children, who? Huh?
The elders.
Elders, after the elders, who? You, okay, very good. That's good. This is glory to the person who's bringing the word, amen, the preacher, amen. And all of those answers are right.
Right, yeah.
Let me just say this though, my perspective is, as I've said many times, that's good, this is a great teaching moment. The most important person in the building is who?
You.
Is who?
You.
The visitors.
Okay, amen.
Amen. Praise God. The children are leaving out, amen. Let's give them a hand as they leave out. Praise God. Amen. And so God, Janique is here today with her baby, and you're going over to volunteer. Praise God. There you go. You have not because you asked not. Amen. Praise God for those that are going and for the work. But I did want to just emphasize that again, that to say the visitor, we are much too small and will never get bigger if we do not appreciate the importance of the visitor when they come to see us.
Amen.
Amen. You get one opportunity now to make a good impression. Amen. And as people walk through the door, ushers, as the visitor walk through the door, you ought to start loving on them. Amen.
Amen.
Let them know you're glad to see them. Give them a bulletin. Amen. Another reason I say that is because we still use our hymnals. Amen. And you know, if you see your visitor doesn't have a book, you should wait till you get him a book. Amen. And, you know,
Amen.
I just want to sensitize us because I agree with the children because they are our future. And they're right now, they are future. I agree with our elders because they recognize the bridge that brought us over. Amen.
Amen.
And I recognize you, amen, because God, we need each and every one who is here. Amen. But in order for us to fill up the gaps in the process here, we got to recognize that God needs to send us some what? New blood. Amen. Praise God. So I just wanted to kind of say that. It wasn't part of what I was going to say. The second thing I wanted to say is the coronavirus. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yes.
Amen, going on. But we certainly, many times, we in the body of Christ are insensitive to some of the realities that are surrounding us outside the building. But certainly we want to follow the rules that they've set forth at this point before because we don't really know the depth or the size of this situation we're dealing with. So we want to say, one, if you're sick, stay home.
Yeah.
If you're a preacher, tell the folk to stay home. Amen. But you know, and I'm gonna talk to Sharon, amen, because you don't need to stay home because it's your birthday. Amen. Get that straight, amen. That's not. We love her for their work, amen. But if you don't feel well in this particular time, amen, we will, you know, you can send a text and let us know. We'll pray for you. In other ways, you can stay connected. But it said if you're sick, stay home. Secondly, it said that as opposed to shaking, bump and hit. Just smile.
Amen.
Amen. You sure look nice this morning. You know, give them a smile, amen. No, even when we hold, even during times of altar prayer, we encourage you, we won't be holding hands. Amen, amen.
Wow.
You know, you don't have to connect that way, amen. And then the other thing that I just said, and I'm constantly trying to reinforce this myself, wash your hands, amen.
Yes,
They say that we ought to begin to develop that as a good habit anyway nowadays. So many things are in the air and going around. And then finally, as the people of God, that we ought to pray.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Amen. We ought to look for the hand of God, even amidst this. God is present in everything. Amen. Don't pay more attention to Channel 5 than we do to the Lord. Amen. Praise God. We need to hear what God is saying to us as the people of God. I just thought I wanted to say that. Secondly, thank those who came out to the Lenten service. I was blessed by doing it. Let me just say something about Lenten services. I think that, and I think we'll incorporate this more clearly into our calendar next year. One, we start with the 21-day fast. Secondly, during this 40-day period leading up to Resurrection Sunday, we'll have Lenten period. Amen. And throughout anything that we can do to get greater emphasis on us building inner strength and outward connectivity, we need to do it. Amen. You know, spending one-on-one time with the Lord. Amen. Making deeper commitment to your service to the Lord. Amen. You know, the day of just being a church goer, amen, praise God, is over. Amen. It's not over, but we ought to try to move beyond that. Amen. God is not as required of what we do on Sunday morning as what we do Monday through Sunday that week. Amen. So we went to the Lenten service. It was a great blessing. One to just see 6 or 7 churches coming together. Amen. It was a great word that was preached, great inspirational word, great young people there. Amen. This Wednesday it will be at Rising Mount Zion. Our friend Marlo Mitchell, the Mitchell family on South Dakota Avenue is where we'll be meeting. Amen. And we encourage you to come out, those who are in the choir, other members who came, we appreciate that. And then if you don't go there, the Bible study still takes place at the church. Amen. But you ought to be somewhere. Somebody say amen. Amen. During this Lenten period, amen, of developing our Christian character and commitment to God. Amen. So we've announced the gala several times. I won't say much more about that. other than the fact that we're probably less than 60 days. We're getting just a little over 60 days, amen, that we really have. So we're about 70 days of countdown. It's time where we often say that the rubber meets the road, amen. This Saturday at 10 o'clock, Gala Committee. Every member of the committee, amen, ought to be there. If you can't, let me know. We'll try to connect you, but we want to just get reports, kind of refine our vision. Some of us are going out to a tasting and try to work out the mechanics with Martin's Crosswinds this Tuesday at 2:30, whatever time it is for those who are going, amen. But we want you to really come out and really be present. Also wanted to announce on Saturday, March 20th. So this Saturday is the Gala Committee. Next Saturday, I think at 10 a.m. Which time is that new numbers meeting?
That's from the 21st.
It's not a Saturday. That's what's that?
It is a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Not this Saturday. This Saturday's Gala, which is the 14th, but then the 21st, we want to have new members orientation. It is at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Anybody who's joined, we have Sister Gloria is so faithful in holding this class. Okay, but anybody who has joined in the last year, I'm asking you to come to that orientation. All right, if you joined in the last year and a half and you might have missed your orientation, come to the orientation, amen. What we want to do, amen, I'm a firm believer that size does not determine your significance. Amen. All right, so we can be a small congregation, but if we have a dedicated core, I'm convinced we can turn this block around. Amen. Anybody else believe that? Amen. Because through Christ you can do what?
All things.
Amen. So I want us all to kind of tie into that and come out. I'm going to put that on my calendar and be here on Saturday, March 21st at 11 o'clock. I think that was all I had. I thank God for your patience. Thank God for each and every one of you. This time we're going to have another selection by the choir. We want to recognize Mrs. Jamal James. Raise your hand, Sister James. That's the preacher's wife. Amen. Who came, and we're so glad to have her. Oh, yes. And I must recognize our other visitors. Lord have mercy. Zenobia and Cassandra. Amen. Raise your hand. Amen. Praise God. They called yesterday and said they were coming, and so they said they have granted me the greatest privilege of being counted as part of their family. Amen. Yeah. Praise God. And I count them as family as well, and we're just so glad that you've been led to come worship with us. And finally, last but not least, let's give a hand to our wheelchair brigade. Praise God. Bless God for the wheelchair brigade. Bless God for the health aid, amen, and taking care. And my brother, right here, I should know his name. I'm sorry. I got to ask you 3 times to get. What's your name again? Taurus. Amen. Brother Taurus told me he's coming back. Amen. We're so glad to have you, man, and we're praying for you. Amen.
Yeah.
So glad that you're in our midst. Amen. Brother Alexander, always glad to see you. Brother Michael, amen. God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.